I'm here. Are you there? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got no sound. I got no sound at all. Ain't this a bitch?
There we go. Shut
Well,
it
hell,
off.
that is out.
That was
Okay.
weird. It started playing again. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Huh.
But I could hear you.
Well, my TV, my TV's still buffering. My
Oh,
phone just now started. So, like, that's good. Yeah, that's a bad storm coming in. It's coming in from the east.
I forgot to switch my background too.
The week of the 22nd, I will not be doing nothing. We going, me and the wife taking a vacation. Okay. I'll put it like that. And we'll probably be gone that whole week. Hello, Miss Dana Bullock, Harvest Mary Moon, and Miss Chef Kicker. Dana
Hey,
Bullock.
Jake. Tony's in here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're having a bit of lag or something going on, or just StreamYard. I think it's on StreamYard's end this time. Hey, Craig,
Huh.
Shift Kicker, Harvest Mary Moon.
What, Craig in here?
Yeah. Donna, White Dove, kicking it. Yeah, one of the first things I wanted to talk about was this rainwater. They're saying it's not safe to drink now.
That's because of all the chemicals that our government is filling the air with.
Yep. Rainwater almost everywhere on Earth has unsafe levels of chemicals, according to new research.
Around here, I saw an ad. It come in through the news or whatever. They're wanting everybody in my county to test the groundwater.
I
So,
wouldn't doubt it. Because you were telling, saying that the river waters had poopies in it.
yeah, it was 5 major rivers here in North Carolina that was not safe to drink from. And a couple of them runs into Jordan Lake in our state. And a while back ago, the animals who drunk from the lake up there, if they didn't get them to the vet in time, they died.
Oh wow, that's more than just poopy water. Then there's
Yeah,
something else in there. Then
exactly.
because
So,
animals are, I depending on the animal too, I guess. But a
yeah,
lot of animals they have
okay.
their own filter type thing. They can
Yeah.
they can drink dirty water basically.
Well, now, Jordan River, it feeds, I don't know exactly how many cities or town that water goes to houses. All right. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, if it's that bad to where the animals are dying, what else is in that water that's getting through them filters
Yeah,
to go to houses? Other people are drinking it.
Exactly. Because I think it's more than just the um what they say poopy water.
Well,
It
what?
might, other than, because I remember when you used to be able to look into a stream and see the bottom of the stream.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
You
The
don't see that no more.
what is it? Comes up out of the ground. I mean, hell, it all comes up out of the ground. But back in the day, when the elders used the
Oh
spring
yeah.
used to be the safest and
Oh
the
yeah.
coolest water you could drink during the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm
'Cause
starting to think about that one now.
yeah, it filters from all up on the hills and stuff, goes through all the rocks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, now I know water has got to go through so many feet of water before it really gets filtered pretty good.
yeah,
Mhm.
and depending what the source is, eventually that's going to not work anymore
Right.
because it just it's like changing you have to change your filters.
I bought, I probably go out there and get it right now. I changed the filter out of the well house yesterday. Okay. And we've got heavy minerals where we live at. All right.
Yeah.
I took that filter out and it's like it was just caked on there. Mud and the iron and everything deposited. I took a hose pipe and tried to spray it off, and I only got maybe 1 or 2 inches.
Wow.
That's it. But
Hey, prepping 101. Lisa's in here. There's a couple other ones.
Bigfoot's in here.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
Dig Deeper Ministries. Lisa, I think I said Lisa already.
Heroic prepper. See, I
Yeah.
said it right that time.
Copycat. How you doing today? Yeah. Well, nowadays I wouldn't trust rainwater in the first place just because. Now I remember way back when it used to snow, we my grandpa would go outside. He'd get him a big old bowl of snow, and he would put some sugar and vanilla in that, and we'd have ice cream and
Oh,
and
yeah.
and, and milk.
Yep.
Now I wouldn't do that.
What do you, I can't remember what it's called.
um, I don't know. I don't.
Somebody in chat had
He
told.
always called it just ice cream. Um, but that was a treat.
Yeah, it was. And well, Mom always told us when she done it, make sure it's the second snow because the first cleaned the air out,
Oh,
Yeah. So, but
well, he always told me
snow cream,
not to get it by the trees or the overhang of the roof,
right?
and stay away from the yellow snow.
Definitely. Snow cream, that's what we call it down
Snow
here.
cream.
Yeah. And back in my day, that was better than any ice cream you could ever find.
Oh yeah. Well, the milk was better too.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah.
So,
And
who was it? Harvest Mary Moon said condensed milk.
oh yeah.
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 What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was a treat. It was you almost like getting that snow coming down. And you got kind
can
of disappointed whenever there wasn't enough to make ice cream.
I say something right quick?
No, Jeff, you can't.
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead.
it goes to someone in chat. They will know who I'm talking about. If I offended you in any way last night, I apologize deeply. I did not mean to offend you. So, again, I am sorry.
Hey, Freedom Marine. Yeah, one thing I wanted to kind of talk other than the water situation, but like if that was your only means of water, I would really consider being rain. That is, I would really consider a filtering system. And there's tons of videos out there on it. The one I watched recently, the guy had he had a whole line of filters, and one of them was, I think it went through blue light or something like that. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was. And by the time he got to it, it was clean. There was nothing in it. He had a tester that he would test for different things in it, and every one of them came out clean. And he said he had to change. He changed the filters about every 6 months, which he said were quite expensive. And I'm assuming filters right now are probably a lot more expensive now because the lack of materials that we're normally getting. Hey, Sniffer.
Who I was talking about just emailed me. I'm not mentioning no names. So, but Sniffer, you in the house, sir? Hello. I just realized what you said when I happened to look at his name.
In the subject of the video or the stream today is I know there's, if it wasn't for the last few years, for those who, because there are some people that just started prepping. I know there's some in this community that just started prepping this last few years, but there are some that's been prepping for a long time. Me, I started prepping probably in 96, 95 ish area, just because where I was living, my whole idea of prepping was because I didn't want to go to the dang store all the time. And I wanted it to everything I got in the garden, I wanted to can and preserve and all that stuff. And we had, where we were at, it would sprinkle and our power would go off. So we were used to not having power. But I kind of like to know why everybody, like Jeff, why do you prep?
Well,
what's your reasoning behind why you prep?
Well, back in 2000, it's when my eyes got opened up, but I didn't do nothing until I reckon 2018, something like that. I started buying stuff to prep with a canner, what do you call it? I started buying everything. Yeah. 2019, I had what I did. I went to the farmer's market. I bought bushels of green beans. I bought everything. I canned everything. I even done jams and jelly. And no, it wasn't. It wasn't jalapeno. It was, mainly to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
Because when you get a pressure canner, everybody's scared to death the first go round of what they've been told as coming up. I spent, before I done my first, let's say two, I spent hours looking at videos, how to do this, how to do that. Everybody said the same thing. After I done my second go round, hey, I'm confident. I got no
Oh, yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was the first thing you canned?
Believe it or not, corn off the cob.
Oh, wow.
I took, I went and bought ears of corn. I blanched them, and then I stripped the cob. I think I've done 2 cases of it. Well, they gone now. But I mean, I've done potatoes. I've done green beans. I've done squash. The last one I done was squash. I've done just about everything
Yeah.
except for my jams. I ain't done but 2, 3 of those. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I started with. And it wasn't even like a fresh thing. It was juice, and I converted it into jelly. It was
Exactly.
I got apple juice, and I got the pectin, whatever the powder stuff is called, and put it in there and did the boil for one rapid boil for 1 minute, poured it in the
Mm-hmm.
jars, and my first batch I had 3 bad jars, which I had kids, so it got ate up anyway. But I learned what I did wrong. I didn't use vinegar.
Well,
And old lady told me, because I remember doing it with my grandpa, but I don't remember the steps or anything. And I had this book that told me everything except for wiping the rim down with vinegar.
right.
And um, that's the only step I forgot. And then an old lady told me, I was at a store, a hardware type store, and I was getting lids, and I heard her talking to her daughter or granddaughter, and she said, "Make sure you sterilize those lids and then wipe the rim with vinegar."
Yep.
And I like, ding, a light went off my head, and I remembered.
Well, the first jam I done, I did it with grape juice. Okay. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was Welch's. To be truthful about it,
Yeah,
it didn't set up, but I done everything that the book told me to do, and whatever. I don't know what I done wrong. I had grape syrup, is what I had.
yeah,
I didn't know I could go back and redo the whole process all over again. I
yeah,
didn't know.
yeah. You can actually fix it.
Yeah.
Pour it all out, and then bring it to a boil and let it do that rapple bubble for a minute,
Yep.
and then put it in there. Yeah,
But see, then I didn't know that.
yeah,
So there went 5, half pints I threw out. Like I said, I didn't know. I'm learning. Okay. But the second go round come out good. My apple jelly come out good. Grape come second go round. My grape came out real good. And I took Walmart strawberries and I made strawberry jam. The first jar was excellent. Now, I don't know what I done, but when I popped top on that second one, it had a smell to it, like rotten strawberries. I threw the whole damn thing in the trash. I
Hmm.
wasn't a chance. And I've been making apple jelly for apple butter for a long time.
Yeah.
It don't get a chance to set up.
Get it up real quick.
It is, and if my grandyoungs come over, they'll grab a jar piece and a spoon. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do because I got a mess of jalapenos ready. Unfortunately, they didn't get too big. Uh,
Don't put a whole pack of that sure gel in there. You'll have ballistic.
well, I plan to do a whole batch, so
Well,
as far as I know, I should have enough. Hey, Bubba News.
I'm going to the Pimlico Sound. That's where I'm going. I'm trying to time this right. When I see questions, I'll wait a little while and then I'll answer them. That way, certain they won't type back to who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I did the pickles. Pickles was a good experiment.
Dana,
Um,
I'm gonna say this: if you get if you're gonna do the juice jam, make sure it says no sugar added
oh
in
yeah,
natural juices only.
just 100% juice and nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want that. You might think getting extra preservatives in there might make it last longer, but you don't want none of that stuff.
Well, see, I didn't know how to make my own pectin. Okay. Then I got to watching other videos. Green apples used to peel them,
Yeah,
dehydrate them.
crab apples are good for that.
Yeah. I mean, oh Lord, Daddy got me on crab apples one time.
I used to like crab apples.
Man, I
Everybody else
could.
would just throw them and hit them around.
Yes, Craig. I also dehydrate. I make my own beef jerky. Thank you.
I don't do beef jerky because it's gone before I get done cleaning the
Exactly.
dehydrator.
My son and my daughter, if they are around when it comes out dehydrated, that's it. That's the only time I get to see it or smell it. I don't
Yeah, I
taste
remember splitting it in half, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna hide this up here," and then
it.
I'd go up there and stick my hand.
It's
Where's
gone.
it at? And it's gone. Dang it!
But I did not know that beef jerky you could not store up. You know, you can't vacuum seal them on kind of the preservatives will go rank on you. I didn't
Well,
know that.
it's not the preservatives; it's the fat in the meat.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, you kind of can. Um, you know those when you get beef jerky, there's that little plastic thing in there that sucks the
Yeah.
moisture out.
Yeah.
Um, you can get those things and put in there, and they last a lot longer. I'm not saying like 10 years or something like that. Maybe a year or two.
At the
Um,
most.
yeah, and you got to make sure you trim all the fat off that you can.
Wildlife, I've never tried that. Well, now I know when I went looking for the meat to dehydrate, I would mainly get flank steak.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, if it had a lot of marbling in it, I wouldn't buy it. I'd get the one that mainly looked like it was all meat, and any of the marbling that was in it, I'd try to cut it out.
yeah. or eat that one first.
Right. I have not ate deer in almost 10 years.
it's
And
it's
I love that stuff.
it's been a few years for me. I got some some ground deer meat
Oh.
and mixed it, made chili with it and stuff. Kids never knew.
Have you ever pressure canned hamburger, pork chop, or chicken?
Hamburger, I've and chicken, but um y- right now, because right now would rather do it, but chicken's so dang high now. Well, everything's so high.
I'm not going to doubt that. Well, see, I watched, like I said, I saw a lot of videos, and the one that I liked, they parboiled it. Yeah, I know. And I got to thinking, parboiling it to where it's halfway done is good. You don't want to get it completely done. When you're pressure canning it, that's it's going to cook more and it will get done. So you ain't got to sit there and worry, well, is this chicken or whatever still red or pink on the inside?
Oh no, it's
You do it like that, you ain't got to worry about it.
90 minutes boiling in a thing. It's done.
Yeah.
um, I I've always done it raw. I'll cram it in there raw. Same thing with hamburger and sausage. Unless I'm doing something like making, well, even that, you get stew meat,
Yeah.
put your meat in there, your onions, all raw, and potatoes. Well, not potatoes, but carrots and celery, and then put beef broth in there, and then you have a meal in a jar. It's stew.
Well, now I've got beef stew. I don't have chicken noodle because I was told not to do noodles.
Oh no, they
Uh,
won't have none anyway.
let's say I got chicken soup, or let's say I had chicken soup
Yeah.
and chili beans. I've got a bunch. Yeah, I've got a bunch of soups. You know,
Yeah.
but I've got to replenish. You know, because and I'm the type. If I can it right now is the best time to try out to see if it worked. Because if crap hits the fan, you don't want to sit there and eat something and it be bad.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to be any doctors around.
No. Well, that's if it's bad, it's bad when you eat it.
Yeah,
It's not a good thing.
it is.
Um,
And that was my biggest fear was botulism. And then I've heard a few people say, how do you put that? If you do it the right way, you're not going to have botulism. But
mhm.
if you pressure can it. Now, let me ask you this question. Back in the 1700s, how did they can their stuff? It damn sure as hell wasn't pressure canning.
Double the time.
Uh huh. They water bath everything.
Yeah, it was instead of 90 minutes, it was
About
3 hours.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
And I bet you anything they did it outside
Oh yeah.
unless
Right
it
on
was
top of the fire.
summertime. But I mean, yeah. Look, I have got 3 books on canning. All right. I have not used them one yet.
I
Everything I've learned has been off of YouTube.
just got another one.
I don't have that one. I do want jelly, but
Yeah.
I'm going to drop 3 names. Okay. One of them is Linda's Pantry. The other one is TJ Preps,
Who's that?
and I don't know.
It's not
And the
TJ
other
Prep.
one is Rose Red. And Rose Red, you got to watch her videos. It ain't the fact what she does is she is so precise and she is strictly by the book only, you know, and you'll sit there and you'll go through quite a few of them because I did. And then you'll keep coming back to the same one, the one that you like. Just go with them. And like I said, those three right there are the three that I turn to now.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I did um, pickles. They turned into mush.
You did have to bring pickles up, didn't you? I have never
well,
been
I'm for sure they were actually cucumbers.
oh hardy
They
har.
weren't watermelons. So I started off pretty good.
Well, none of my pickles come up this year. Not all one, but everything else did.
I had some right now. Well, because I had a tree on mine, but um, I had somebody tell me that maple trees tend to have mold on them. That it doesn't bother the maple trees, but if it gets on your plants, it'll kill your plants. And I'm thinking that's what happened to my tomatoes and peppers. Some of my peppers, my jalapenos and stuff were fine, but and it didn't. And now I'm starting to get some growth on my cucumbers. And on my way to the backyard, the garden area, I had some sprouts coming up, and I thought they were cucumbers because I had a cucumber setting on my porch, and I was going to harvest the seeds from it. Well, somewhere it got kicked off, and when I was walking back to the backyard, I stepped on it and it went all over the ground. So I thought that's what was growing there, but it's a squash. I have like
No.
four squash plants growing uh, on the side of my yard. So I'm leaving them. Hopefully, I can get some squash out of it because I didn't plant squash this year, not on purpose. But I was like, because I really thought it was cucumbers at first because when it's small, it looks like cucumber. But then I seen the squash leaves, and then now I'm starting to get the start of blooms. So I know it's not a cucumber because cucumbers would have done vined already. I even
Yeah.
stuck a pole in the ground so it'd have something to vine up on.
Now that's what I done. I took I reckon it was like a 15-foot pole. Okay. Stuck it in the ground and took what well, it was my cucumbers and let them go up it and not one come off. Question. If somebody gets put in timeout, do they automatically come back on or do I have to
What'd you do, Jeff?
look at Craig?
You didn't ban him, did you?
I don't think I banned him. I thought I put him in timeout. He said I was a professional pickle picker.
Yeah, I think he just deleted his message.
I
No,
probably
you deleted all of his, so you did time him out.
did. Well, hell, I can't bring him back up now.
Yeah, he'll be gone for 300 seconds.
Okay. There, take that shit, Craig. Talk junk about me again.
Uh, yeah, it's some parts are coming back. My eggplants, I harvest almost 15 pounds. It's I'll probably say 15 pounds because it was like a half an ounce off from 15 pounds of eggplants off of two eggplants, eggplant plants. So that wasn't bad at all. Um, and my tomatoes that got squished, those are producing tomatoes now.
Good.
The one tomato that it was split. I mean, it looked like earthquake on top on the bottom of it. Just the skin was split, but it was 2 pounds 4 ounces.
Whippoorwill Hollow.
One tomato, and these are not supposed to be very big tomatoes. They're just supposed to be, regular hand-sized tomatoes. But this thing was huge, and I've got some ones that are bigger. I mean, like
Yeah.
this big, growing that are green right now. So those will probably even be even bigger than the 2 pound one.
Well, I had one plant of cherry tomatoes. I bet you I got 5 pounds of cherry tomatoes off of one plant.
Yeah, I've got like a ton of them sitting out there now, but they're not turning. They're orange and they're not turning red, and they're actually supposed to be purple.
Really?
Same thing with my cherry tomatoes. My cherry tomatoes didn't turn purple, or my Cherokee tomatoes, they didn't turn purple. They're still red. Now, my
Hello, Texas Red Leg.
the pineapple ones, oh man, those things, they're yellow, and then they're orange, and then toward the bottom they're red. So when you slice them, it almost looks like a fire.
Really?
Yeah, they're really, really nice tomatoes. I mean, I'm saying right now, those pineapple tomatoes are my favorite. Last year it was Cherokee, but now after having one of I mean, I had to cut the big tomato up because I wanted to, and I don't have those. My bread, I don't have like the little Wonder Bread. I like the big pieces of bread.
Okay.
The 12 grain type bread. And that tomato was hanging over my bread, one slice.
Well,
and I had that slice. It was a good slither.
Well, see, I messed up. I planted the wrong type of tomatoes to can this year. So I got no tomatoes. I didn't get to can none.
Oh yeah, I didn't
But
do canning tomatoes, except for if you want to. I can kind of can the cherry tomatoes.
well, I've got 2, maybe 3 number 10 cans of tomatoes, dices. And I still got some left over from last year, And what I was hoping on was replenishing. I want a revolving what do you call it? Pantry. Okay. I'm going to have to go ahead and start eating up what I've done last year and year before last. And if I'm going to do any canning, that means I'm going to have to go buy the stuff and do it. But why
Yeah.
can green beans when they already in the can? You know. Hello, bluegrass. Yeah, I think the only time I would can something that's in a can is if they fixing to run, if the expiration date is fixing to run out.
Well, if it was a pop top, I would. Anything else, I probably wouldn't bother with it
Well, I bought,
unless it's dented or something like that.
yeah. See, I bought all these before the pop tops really took off, of which
Yeah,
what a couple of years ago.
and unfortunately, there's not a lot of everything is turned into that stupid pop tops.
Agreed, agreed. And I think they done that on purpose to keep, let's say, people like ourselves from doing this.
Buying a bunch of it up.
Yeah, homesteaders and preppers,
Yeah.
because shit, you might as well say we got a target on our backs.
Oh yeah. When when your fearless leader tells everybody if you see people buying a bunch of stuff, you it's your right to turn them in.
Look, for one thing, I've heard other people say it. We didn't just start going to the store and buying every damn thing up. It's took us years to get what we got.
Yep.
And for someone to, yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. I'll leave that alone.
Yeah. Um, I had because I had a bunch of stuff all canned up and everything from farmers markets and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that when my shelf died, it all went too. And unfortunately, I lost the jars too. So that's why I've been buying jars again.
Mm-hmm.
And that it sucks.
Well, if y'all go to farmers market to start buying, make damn sure they're coming out of the ground and
Oh yeah.
not the back of a truck or something like that already canned up or whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
we unfortunately our farmers market has turned into a craft show instead of a farmers market.
Mhm.
Um, there are a few farmers that still do it. Um, Unfortunately, there's the guy that I got uh, beef from. He's not there this year. Um, he would let you buy like a quarter or a half of a cow,
Yeah.
or you can just buy a
Uh,
couple steaks from him. But the more you bought, the bigger discount you would get.
of course. Yeah. I don't think I've ever bought a half cow. I've bought something like a quarter,
Yeah.
but I mean, shit. That even a quarter is expensive.
Oh
You
yeah. Yeah, but it's a lot cheaper than going to the store and buying it though. The same
you
amount
right.
because well this has been probably a few months, but
Trust those are my cucamelons. I'll
Fr-
hurt you.
Freedom Homesteader bought a I'm not sure if it was a half I think I believe it was a half cow. And she got, you know, the fat and uh organs and all the stuff. And it was like $3 a pound because they charge you per pound.
Well, now, I remember somebody saying they bought a half from somebody. And when they got it home, they opened it up, going to freeze it. And it was mainly fat that they got.
Oh, you got to know
Yeah.
the source because you can get screwed. Because usually they don't. You have to ask for that stuff. Um, to because you make um lard and you make soap and all kinds of stuff from the taro or
You
the fat.
right.
And
Live
a lot of
soap.
times they don't include that. Same thing with like the heart, the liver, and stuff like that. Some in the tongue. Some people get pickle the cow's tongue. Yeah.
I would not know how to cook a cow's tongue. I don't think I really want to know. And I have heard of some people eating the hooves. I don't think I want to know how to do that.
Well, I know pig's feet. That's a big thing.
My daughter will tear your ass up over some pig feet, or she used to. I can't do it. Or chicken necks. Damn, there ain't enough meat in there on a
Chicken
chicken neck,
feet.
huh?
Chicken feet.
Hell no. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you get a chicken made just right.
No,
You put it
no,
in your
don't
mouth,
even.
slide it right off the bone.
Well, see, I've raised chickens. They don't give a damn what they step in.
Well, you're gonna clean them.
I don't give a damn. I'm not eating no chicken feet. I'm sorry. Some people in the room may love them. If that's your prerogative, then you go for it. Don't offer me none. But yeah, I mean, but answer this right here. Let's say you got a freezer full of meats. Okay. Shit hits the fan. That means power's going to go out. That means no electricity to the freezer. After 2 or 3 days, what are you going to do? Are you going
Well,
to throw it out? Are you
I've
going
got
to
a
can?
generator.
Well, gas is going to run out sooner or later.
Um, I can convert batteries to from solar. I'd keep the freezer going. The refrigerator I'd probably um, do away with because I wouldn't want two things going.
Yeah. Well, I
And
reckon what I'm trying to get to,
whatever was in the refrigerator freezer, I would
eat that up first.
well eat it or I'd can it.
Yeah. But I reckon what I'm saying is a lot of people don't have that. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, I learned how to can and can fast. You know,
Oh yeah,
get up with somebody that knows how to can, pester the hell out of them, teach you how to can.
yeah.
And as long as
You have
YouTube is
YouTube.
going around, look at YouTube.
Yeah, you can kind of get what I mean. There are some that you watch. I'm not going to say any names, but they'll can in the oven. I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing, but to me, I if I'm going to can something, it's going to be in a canner.
Yeah.
Um, there are people that do it in the oven, but for me, it's just not my thing. But there are people that change some of the things that has been known for years and years and years, and it's worked that way. Um, like like I was telling TJ, there's a thing going around now that they're new lids. You don't have to sterilize them and boil them. You stick them in boiling hot water, and then you put them on your jars. And she said, "No, you gotta make sure you do it the same way you've always done it. Don't listen to it, because the reason why you do it is to soften that seal up. Because if that seal's not soft and you put it on there, even though you're boiling that jar and everything, it's already doesn't have the seal that it would have."
Bill B asked you a question in chat. What kind of solar generator would you recommend?
Yeah, I don't know so much about those. I mean, the Jackery seems to a good one. There's another one I can't remember. But if you got a good converter, you can charge that way up. But as far as I know, solar generators, I know a lot of people like and you have to know your wattage of your freezer or whatever you're wanting to power, and you use a gauge on it to where when it kicks on and does, when it starts blowing and the compressor kicks on, what's the peak amount that puts out, and make sure the solar generator can handle that peak amount. If not, it will kick off your solar generator. So you have to make sure it can handle that. Yeah, these new ones that are supposed to be more power saving and stuff like that, that peak whenever they turn on to start cooling is a lot higher than the old ones. And that's the things that will kick off a solar generator. They have safety things that will turn it off so it does no good.
Well, see, I'm starting to get into something I ain't really got into. I look at it like this. Let's say a solar generator is only good, what, 3 days of clouds, and then you got no power. A generator is good until you run out of gas or propane.
It all depends. If you're in a city, it doesn't make any difference what you have. If you run any of those things, somebody's going to see it.
Exactly.
If you're in a country, there's different things you can do. It's called a gasifier. You can actually have a container, a metal container. You can put wood in it and start a fire under it, and the gases from the wood burning can actually run a generator.
Well, see, I was also thinking, the way they used to do it, the way my daddy told me, is like if y'all live close to let's say a stream or a creek, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Get down in there and dig you out let's say a cave. It don't have to be deep or far back. That right there, you put your milk and your butter and stuff like that in and keep it cool.
I thought you were going somewhere else with this. Water power.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, all this stuff is good, but eventually it's going to go down. You've got to kind of think ahead.
Yeah.
And your potatoes and stuff like that. Dig you a hole in the ground, get you a metal trash can or something like that, stick down in there, up to the top. Okay. But put you something like hay or something like that over it. It will stay cool. Let's say something like 70 degrees all year round. You
Oh,
know,
if you go below 4 feet, it'll stay cooler than that.
yeah, but you got to
And
be.
it depends where you're at too. So,
I'm
like,
talking about people out in the country. I ain't talking about city people.
well,
Because,
no, I'm saying depends where you're at. Meaning, if you'd have to go probably 10, 10 feet in Arizona to get cool.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's not the same out there. It's just it's it's hot.
So, in other words, depending on where you at, do your homework.
Yeah.
I know our frost line here where we at is something like what, 12 inches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have a frost line.
We're 18 inches at least.
Darn.
That's the bare minimum. It's you usually 2 feet or more
Well,
is the
now
frost line.
when I had a well dug, they asked me, "Do I want to go just below the frost line?" And I asked them. I said, "You know, how deep is the frost line?" He told me about 12 inches. I said, "Hell no! Dig that damn hole 3 foot. Put the lines down in there." Do you know? Only one time did my well freeze up, and that's where it come out of the ground to go into the pipe to go into the house.
Yeah.
And I got me some insulation, wrapped it up, took me a pair of old blue jean pants, duct taped it, and I never had no more problems.
Mine was 4 feet deep, and it still froze. I
Well,
I ended up getting just a regular old, the old light bulbs that we used to have, not
yeah,
these stupid ones that are supposed to last forever.
like
But
a heat lamp.
no, it was just a regular light bulb, uh, 65-watt light bulb,
Okay.
and just hung it on the lid, and it kept it warm enough to where it didn't freeze, unless it was like we had a spell that was like 20 below, and I had to get out there with the kerosene heater.
Well, well, now one of our winters got so bad that people living in mobile homes or whatever, they had to take a space heater and warm up the crawl space or whatever to
Yeah,
get their water.
and that the reason why that is they don't. Um, if you don't have a slab, you want to put plastic underneath there.
Yeah.
That way
Or
you get a little barrier there.
what type of tape is that you wrap your pipes up with?
Heat tape.
Yeah, heat tape.
Yeah.
It may cost a little bit when you go buy it, but you think of how much a plumber's going to charge to come out there, how much they're going to charge an hour, how much everything. You'll come out better buying heat tape.
Yeah, I've never never
Really?
called a plumber.
Well, I got no choice. I got to now.
Yeah, I've always done that.
Oh, I
Now
have
they
to.
have so much new stuff. It's that flex pipe and all that stuff.
I don't have the tools to deal with Plex. That's
Yeah.
what's run up underneath my house.
Oh, yeah. That's you need that crimper,
Hmm.
but it's supposed to be really nice stuff. I don't
We
know. I don't
have,
know how the price difference is between the two.
oh, it's a big difference.
Is I just use PCV
Yeah.
piping. Like
Uh,
in here, when we had the water turned on when we first got in here, it you would have thought that somebody took the roof off and it was pouring down raining.
Oh no.
It rained all through the house. I was like, no, and I had to go downstairs and turn off all the water and
Well,
replace all the plumbing,
well,
every little bit of it.
I don't know now, but let's say 20 years ago when Plex pipe first started coming out, okay, the crimpers, I heard a plumber say they're about $120 for one, to where you can go buy a regular crimper for PVC, which was less than 20.
What Jake is still in here, Nunya, Texas. He probably knows what all that goes for, because
Is Craig still in here?
he's doing all of he's doing all of his at his farm.
Mm.
All that, all the work.
Well, now when I helped my daddy raise chickens and everything, there was always pipes busting during the wintertime. And he kept uh, supplies like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
You know, you just get you a PVC cutter, cut the bad spot out, replace it. It can be done in 10 minutes,
Oh yeah.
you know. But that's why you could stand up and do it. But when you got to crawl up underneath the house on your back, it's 10 degrees outside. You got to lay in a puddle of water. That ain't fun.
Oh yeah. Especially because the glue doesn't work that cold.
Uh huh.
You have to heat it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, been there many times.
Yeah, I have too. And I hate it. But
It,
it's got to be done.
it's like you learn.
How
I'll put it
many
this way:
people?
if you're not rich, you learn real quick how to repair stuff
Yes,
because
sir. You do.
you can't afford to call a repairman.
Hello,
Um,
bro.
I had we had fuel oil furnace
Oh, yeah.
because I bought
Nope.
this property and it had a 10 by 50 trailer on it, and I I built onto the trailer, and we had that furnace in there, and the first year it got cold, it stopped running, and so I went tinkering with it and got it running. Didn't know what I did with it or anything. And then I found out that the previous people who lived there leveled the tank, the fuel where they put the fuel oil in, and that's a
Ooh,
no. You don't level a fuel oil tank. It has to be so if your
gravity.
filter's on this side, it has to be running down the hill this way, because if not, the water and the sediment and all that stuff that's inside the tank will clog your filter up. And I didn't know this, and me sitting there working on it and stuff, it let a little bit more fuel oil out, and then I got it going for a little bit, crap out again, over and over again, and then uh, I talked to a guy and he says, make sure your filter's clean. So I asked him, where's the filter out? And he says, it's on the tank. I said, okay. So I went back and looked at it, and sure enough, the filter was bad. So I went and got another one. Come back, put it on. It was good for probably a month, and then it did it again. I'm like, it shouldn't be doing this. And I called the same guy up because he delivered our fuel oil, and he says, make sure your tank is uneven, because if where the filter has to go, it has to be uphill from the level mark. So settlement doesn't go in there. And I said, okay. And I looked out there, put a level out there, and it was level. And I'm like, oh, well, that's probably what it is. So I ended up lifting a half full tank of uh,
Fuel.
fuel oil by myself. I just got under it and lifted up with my back and put a 2-inch board under there and didn't have trouble with it after that at all.
Well, see, you just told me something I didn't know.
Well, I don't know down there. You might not have that issue.
No,
Up,
because
up,
every fuel tank that I have seen has been unleveled.
yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. But see, I always thought the reason that was gravity fed,
Oh,
like that. But I didn't know that water was could get in like that too.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. That's one of the
101
main
wants a
things.
link.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You know he's gonna get up here and hound us.
Yeah, and see, you might not even think that's a thing either. There you go. Hey, 101.
Hello, sir.
I figured I'd grace you with my presence.
Oh, he's looking seated this afternoon. I want to watch his show tonight.
Ah, boy. So how
Yeah.
are things?
How
Well,
was your day at work?
Same old shit. Let's see. We lost 2 people.
Uh-oh.
One got fired, one quit.
you didn't fall in that category, did you?
No.
Okay.
Trust me, I'd tell you. I wouldn't. I, I don't know if I'd be in this good of a mood if I could,
Must
because
have
then
been somebody.
then I have to worry about finding another damn job.
What a good job that is.
True.
Yeah, there's jobs all over the place right now. Down here there is.
Hey,
Somebody usually you get advertising for hamburgers or whatever on Hardee's down here.
Okay.
It says help wanted and help wanted something about somebody that will show up.
yeah,
I forget
it's
all
it's on Facebook down here. We'll
Oh,
hire people that show up.
I gotta look something up here before I forget. I was gonna save it for my my stream, but I think this is a little bit too soon. Uh,
Well, why don't you keep the rest of us intrigued? Because yours is going live in about an hour.
well,
unless he shows up late.
I don't show up late. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bullshit.
or early.
He has showed up late. I fired him for showing up late.
You know
Then I
what?
come in and give him a second chance.
I gotta find it. It's a new meme that came out, and
Is it about the Trump thing? The
no,
raid? Oh, okay. Have you seen the videos of everybody around his place down there?
what about it? It's
They're
all supporters. I know.
yeah. I mean, there's like thousands.
No
Well,
shit.
At 1 o'clock there was. I don't know any other
AM.
time because they were show. I don't know how long TikTok videos are, but they showed them driving through, and it was nothing but cars on both sides of the roads, people out there with the flags, and
Huh.
a lot of people. Because when I heard, I thought it was just a few people down there, but then I seen that video. I was like, "Holy crap! There was a lot of people."
Where? This is gonna bug the shit out of me that I can't find it.
Yeah, I know. I should have saved the video.
A friend told me about this meme, and it might be a little bit morbid, but oh well.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. Bubba News in the house. Hello, sir.
He's been here.
I didn't know he's been here.
Yeah,
Well, why didn't you say something? Jeez,
I did.
make me feel like a quarter inch tall.
I said hello, Bubba News.
I didn't hear you. And I do believe something that, wait a minute, I'll get it right. Oh, hell, never mind.
I know the feeling, Jeff.
You started this.
You know what?
You can't do it. Nah, 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 nah.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
101's going to try to put me in the back room. He can't do it.
No, it's not that. This is. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. Oh, this is so bad.
Have you ever noticed when he does something like that, it's going to be funny as shit?
Oh, you're gonna hate me for this one. How the fuck do I share something with you? There it is.
Now you starting to sound like me.
You know what? Don't even. Oh, there you go.
Oh boy.
Really?
Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, I told you it was gonna be bad. Oh, I told you too soon, ain't it? Damn, fucking internet is savage. Oh,
Yeah. I wonder how much hate mail
it's
you gonna
funny, yet
get.
it's so bad.
That's why he doesn't put his email on his about page.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah, but I wonder how many people up in here don't know him.
you know what? That's okay.
Well, how are you going to survive 101?
Survive what?
Never mind.
well, I ask you, when did you start prepping,
Oh, 10 years ago.
and why?
Why?
He
Yeah,
was an asshole.
Well,
Back then.
it mostly started with the fact that I had to start becoming the man of the house because my dad was starting to fall, decline in health. So it was a matter of not necessarily a hobby like a lot of the preppers are, but out of necessity.
yeah. That was my whole thing was
And then
we
and
live
then
so far
Trump
away from the store.
and then Trump got into office, and then the Q stuff hit in 17, and then I'm like, okay, time to kick it into high gear, and here I am.
Yeah. I remember because I used to garden with my grandpa, and I didn't remember a whole lot of stuff when I was younger. And I thought, well, I want to grow a bunch of tomatoes. I ended up growing 20 plants, which was way too much.
Yeah.
And I did green beans and yellow wax beans. And
What's the difference?
they taste a little bit different.
Huh.
But I like mixing them together, yellow wax and green beans together.
Okay.
So I had the same amount of both, but the I had so many tomatoes that we played baseball with them. I ran out of I kept going buying jars and making more spaghetti sauce and um salsa and every there was just so much of them.
I had
And
I had about 110 pounds of tomatoes last year.
Good Lord.
Yeah. From 12 fucking plants too.
yeah,
I believe that.
And then it's like this year it's like we have a shit ton of tomatoes, but there ain't none of them ripe yet.
yeah,
Hmm.
I've been getting a lot of people telling me they're having issues growing tomatoes this year.
Yeah, we did too. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, there you go. What yellow wax beans have like a nutty taste to them.
Kind of not. That's an Austin Power
And I
joke.
was surprised how much green beans and yellow wax beans I had. It probably a good
Has
shoot.
anyone else had issues with their green beans this year? Of like, okay, so I got like one good harvest out of them, and now they ain't doing shit.
I didn't grow. I don't have the space for green beans. I might try something next year because I have this. Well, we'll put it this way: I have a new garden area now since the tree fell.
Because
So it does.
it's all uprooted.
Well, no, it's because before it was shaded the whole
Oh,
day. So now
Uh,
I have a not shaded area now. I just still have to get rid of the dang tree.
huh.
They came today and again and said, "Oh, we'll be back when the other stuff gets done." And still waiting.
you look at them and say bullshit.
Yeah, so I have to call again and tell them it's still sitting here.
Damn.
Well, now this year I was wanting to plant green beans and zucchini, and when I
You
went
want
back to the store to get the seeds, there wasn't none.
you want
Couldn't find
zucchini? I
them.
got plenty of them.
Yeah, well, how they gonna get from point A to point B?
Fuck, I don't know. Are you allowed to ship them in the mail?
Seeds, yeah. Not
No, vegetable.
oh, I'm sure you can. It costs way more than the zucchini, though.
Fair
You'd
enough.
be better off going to food line and buying them.
I'd be better off just bringing them down to you.
Yeah.
Take a
That'll
vacation.
work too. I ain't got no gas money now.
I ain't asking. Oh God, do you think how expensive that would be? Damn.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Like my truck gets like 280 per uh
Tank.
tank. Yeah. 300 if I push it. So like I don't know, do
You
the
know
math on
that really that's not that bad for a pickup truck.
yeah, I'm averaging like 13, 14. So
Oh hell no. Last truck I had, I was lucky if I got 8 miles to the gallon.
and then if I end up see my truck is the kind of truck where you hit the gas and you don't go anywhere unless it's off the
Oh
line, you know. Um it's got a lot of torque and it's got a lot of pulling power, but it's ain't got acceleration for shit except for
yeah.
from a standstill. First gear, it's like perfect. Um,
Must be a Chevrolet.
no, Nissan.
No shit.
Yeah, and the only reason I bought that is because it's the only truck I could afford at the time. The Colorados were too
Understood.
expensive. The Silverados, the Sierras, all of them were way too damn expensive. I got this one for 21.5, and it's regularly goes for a about 36,000, and that was back in 18. So do the math on inflation.
Yeah.
I've got an 88 Silverado.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh. But the good thing about it is I'm getting what? Damn near the gas mileage you're getting. And it's got old school 350 in it.
How the hell are you doing that one?
He's got a hole in the floorboard.
He Fred Flintstone in that bitch.
No, I could. My feet wouldn't touch the ground if I did it like that. But I mean, I just don't get. I don't drive like I used to. I don't get into it. But
You
there
don't hit
has
the gas
been
at the light. You don't. You just kind of just
Yeah.
go.
ease off, yeah. Unless
Drive
I
the
got
speed
some
limit.
smart ass sitting beside them and wanting to race, then I'll show them what an old school can really do.
I've been there, done that.
But then again, they got damn four cylinders coming out now that'll bust a Mustang off the road.
You know, it's funny you mentioned this Mustang. I once challenged a Mustang, one of the brand new ones off the line with my truck. And I took a half a car length from him. He got me after third gear, but it's still
Copy.
damn impressive off the line, I'd say, for a
Yeah.
truck.
Well,
I need to get new tires before winter, though.
well, you know, the best car I ever had was a Cougar. Okay. And I had the a 302 Boss in it. I raced that thing every friggin' weekend that rolled around. I only lost twice. Once I lost to a Corvette. The next one was what was it? It was a 70 Charger or Challenger. It was one of the two.
Oh,
But they were both straight drives. Mine was an automatic.
don't get me started on
No.
the Chargers and Challengers of today. Like them
Oh
God
no.
Demons and Scat Packs, man. Oh my God, 1,000+ horsepower. Like
Yeah.
here, gone, and goodbye. Whatever that saying is. Like your car has two speeds. Here, gone, and never.
Bye.
Yeah.
But I mean, the main road that I raced on, it was a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Okay. I have gone down through there doing 120 to 140.
In what?
That Cougar.
Oh,
Like I said, it had the 302 Boss in it. I changed I kept that thing tuned up. I'd buy parts for it every 2 weeks
well,
to keep it tuned.
I told you about that, like, quote unquote accident dream type thing that I had,
I think so.
where I hit the brakes on the person and they just disappeared, and then there was no traffic behind me.
Yeah.
I was going 75 in a 45. So
I
I mean,
remember them days.
I used to work at this um I was maybe 16 at the time. Not auto parts place, but a garage.
mhm.
And they had a souped up 68 Camaro. It had the big old 50 slicks on the back of it and everything. Had
Mhm.
the roll bar so you wouldn't flip over. And that at that time they had three cars for to go get parts. And I was usually one of the people that go get parts. And I was 16. So, and they said, grab one of the cars. I grabbed
You grabbed the
68. Yep. And put it this way, I got 2 tickets driving back from the auto parts.
damn. Um, it makes me think of. I was going to work the other day. Do you guys know what a Michigan left is?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's
Flipping a Yui?
kinda. It's you have your roads that have like 2 or 3 lanes on each side, and then your turnaround in the middle.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to go right, get in the turnaround to make a left because you can't make a right from the intersection. So you have to go right, go down that road a bit, and then turn around and then go left and cross back over the intersection. But
Depends on what type of vehicle you in too.
but in the well, unless you want to cross 8 lanes of traffic and damn near die, I suggest you do that. But on my way to work, was it yesterday or the day before? What's today? Tuesday? It had to have been yesterday. My fucking brain's going. Um, I'm going around the U-turn, and road's not wet at all, nothing, you know. And I hit the gas in the turnaround, and my back end kicks out uh
Ooh.
to the right side, and I damn near drifted my truck around that shit. And I didn't I wasn't even trying. The thing is, because my truck puts so much torque to the ground that I can lose traction very easily.
Okay.
That sounds weird, but you give it enough gas and it'll slip.
Yeah, you gotta have 50 slicks.
Well
You slide
now,
around every corner.
uh-huh. I had 60s on that Cougar.
Oh man.
But we worked at a place that my boss man got the mayor so damn pissed off at him that they put a media right in the middle of a 5 lane highway, right? And everybody was bitching because they had to go a quarter of a mile up a road, do a U turn, and come back down. And I said, y'all do what I do. I drove across the damn media, to hell with it.
This is let me share this real quick. This is basically what I did.
Fast and the Furious.
You got me shared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Yeah. And you're gone.
Hell, I've done that practically every time I drive. I don't give a shit. Why
Well,
fatigue?
it's a different story when you're in a truck, Jeff. I mean, trucks are not necessarily meant for that.
You come on down here and ride with me for about a day.
Well, okay, Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that in my truck. I've got them big old
Well, you do
mud
know
truck mud tires
when
on.
I
you're
got
sitting still and your power braking, it's easy to make them sharp turns.
Oh yeah.
I don't power brake it. I don't. It's
Well,
all just acceleration through the turn. It was nothing. No
oh,
fancy
dude,
shit. Nothing.
you really need to come down here and ride with me. Or better yet, ride with my daughter.
Oh dear.
Did, did,
Oh dear. If
did you pucker up any whenever you slid around the corner?
not really, because the truck's relatively stable. It's not going to go anywhere. At least I don't
what
think so.
what I loved was finding them dirt roads. Be riding down there, run about 30, 35, pull up on the emergency brake, and do a U turn right there in the middle of the road.
Not going to lie, I don't like dirt roads.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've had so
Because
much
I
fun with
have
dirt
to
roads.
wash my truck after.
Oh,
Not that I don't mind driving them. It's just like, now I gotta go through the car wash.
They,
that's what the rain's
unless
for.
you raised up on a dirt road, driving like that, you have no idea. And Dayton too.
Yeah, I've done a lot of sliding around dirt turns.
That's how you learn how to drive.
Hmm. Yeah, wintertime comes around, it's like, oh, no big deal.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember we were looking for this address one time, and we're like, oh, we were going to get the quarter of a cow last winter, and we're like, oh, there's a turn. So I go and I hit it real hard, and it's in the middle of the winter. Oh
Oh,
shit! Nope, my truck didn't turn. It went straight for the ditch. I'm like, okay, tires turned all the way, but truck is still going forward. No, that's not good.
It's like
wintertime,
hydroplaning.
yeah. Wintertime is the best time to get out and make extra money in a pickup truck.
Plowing streets.
Yeah.
No, pulling people out of ditches that think they know how to drive.
Well, my truck don't got the towing power like some trucks do.
Have you got a place where you can mount a winch up to it?
Yeah.
There you go. That's all it takes. Hey, they're the ones stuck. Let them hook it up. That way, if something breaks, it's their fault because they didn't hook it up right.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of people
Oh
hook it
God.
Well,
up to
you
them
know the
plastic
blanket trick,
bumpers, then
right?
Uh-huh.
You know the blanket trick, right? Where you put a moving blanket over the cable or rope or whatever, in case it snaps, it doesn't go flying up into your windshield and decapitate you.
Okay.
You know that, right?
yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah. What the blanket does is you drape it over the line, and if it snaps and that cable goes flying back, well, it's going to get tangled up in the blanket. The blanket's going to slow it down and minimize
Okay.
damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
we used to use the mats on your floor mats
Yeah.
if you ain't got a blanket.
damn. Was I the only one that was raised rough? I never done shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You can use jackets or whatever. Especially
I
if
just
you
knew
know
that from
your
experience.
cable's not the best.
Well, I reckon I was a step ahead of you because I would replace my cables practically about every 2 years, or when I seen it start frailing.
Well, it has nothing to do with fraying. It's just a matter of, oh, well, okay, yeah, your winch is rated for whatever poundage, but if they don't hook it up right or they're stuck deep, it's going to up the amount of force needed to pull them out. So that increases the poundage.
Okay.
Oh, Lake does
Yeah,
towing.
I've done it. Life of Bobby, I've done
Really, I can't find an example of this. Really, the hell?
it. Yeah, I used to go to Zayres or parking lots, like about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when it wasn't nobody there, snow on the ground, just do donuts all over the damn
You
place.
can't do that stuff nowadays.
I know.
They have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, but how many of them really work? I
Well,
mean, look at it like this.
enough that
You
they
take
use
a
you for
picture
it.
of you from a camera is all fuzzy and everything, but yet they take a picture of you from outer space. It's crystal clear.
Well, they had over here at the Walmart when Walmart closed at 11 and everybody had to go home. People were going up there and drag racing and stuff in the parking lot, and
Yeah.
they got pictures of it and they had it up on the doors. Do you know who this is?
Well, now, me and you, we know this. Going through the city after people done raked their leaves on the curbs and everything, and here you are, a teenager. Yep, yep, uh-huh. And you just run through them.
He's not the best though. He's not turning his wheels into it.
No, but Still
He's
fun.
having fun.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Who knows? He may be a beginner.
When you
Where
have that,
are the light poles?
right? You
Yeah.
ever notice that, like when they do donuts in parking lots, they always seem to find the one light pole that's in the middle of the place.
My aunt did that. One light pole in the whole damn parking lot, and she backs into it.
Oh,
She found that light pole, and her husband, Lord have mercy, never did let her live that down.
Yeah, nowadays you can't run red lights because they have them. Well, not in this
Cameras.
town, but the bigger cities. They send you a ticket. Oh, you guys, you ran a red light on this day. Dang it!
I think what it is, if you are so many feet past that white line, you get snapped. And let's say you did stop for it, they'll send you a ticket through the mail. Well, you were so many feet across the line, you're considered run a red light.
Well, it depends on the state too, but I
Yeah,
know in Arizona, I've beat the ticket before because if you get past the inside of the curb um, before
before
you
it turns
cross
red.
over, if you're past that threshold, it's not a red light. You've got the right of way.
well, I say if you're, I'm no, legal counsel here, but if I'm halfway through the intersection and it turns red, that's not a red light.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. But in Arizona, it's the inside of that curb. If you're past that curb area, then
Like
that's
if there's
it
no
doesn't count.
way that I'm gonna be stopping in time for that light, I'm running it.
Yeah, because
Well, I was just fixing to ask, how many of you have been going too fast to stop, but not fast enough to make it?
I've lost my brakes going to trying to stop
And
for a red light and just kept on going.
I've had 3 cars. My brakes went out. The first one was a Fury 3, and I busted the freezer in a convenience store.
Oh,
Insurance took care of that. I mean, come on. The other one is the wife was driving it. The only way to stop it was the tree in our front yard. Either that or run into the trailer.
yeah, I had twice, and
I picked the tree personally.
it
Yeah.
was a newer SUV, so it actually still had brakes, just not very good. Ended up dropping somebody off, my son's girlfriend, and drove all the way home, and then fixed the brakes. Other time it was an older
I don't get
Ford van.
how does the new ones still have brakes even though you have no brakes?
I don't know. It worked. That's all I know.
Emergency brake.
It was no, it was pretty much
For
all the way down, and then there's a little bit in there that it would stop.
Maybe you still had a little bit of pressure in the lines.
I don't know. I didn't have any fluid left
sounds like it.
whenever I pulled over. But
Mechanical
when the
override?
van, I was going downhill, and at the bottom of the hill was a canal. So it was either in the canal or hit the back of the guy's truck, and I went for the truck.
What I don't understand is, okay, you know how you have brake line fluid for the pressure.
Yeah.
Why are there not brake cables
Uh,
all the way
Rust.
from the brakes
it's
to the
they got rid of that when the shoes
Is it-
when
instead
what?
of brake pads, they used to have brake shoes in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big things, and they had a cable that would. That's what your emergency brake was.
Yeah.
Now it's The little,
But
little
wouldn't that
pad.
make more sense though to
Yeah,
have mechanical advantage over?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
see,
what on these
I,
newer cars how the emergency brake works.
I'll tell you why. Because the cables never really let you down like the regular ones do, and the
Yeah.
mechanics wasn't getting, a lot of business like that. So they had to fix it. The
So
word,
planned obsolescence.
yeah, it comes back to you wash my back, I'll wash yours.
Right. I,
And
I'm just
the
thinking like
old,
that would be so much easier to replace and service than to
Uh,
deal with fluids and shit.
shoes are a
yeah,
pain in the butt.
man, you got that right. I
You
could change a disc brake.
you got that little spring in there that you have to push in
Oh
and
my,
turn.
I hate drum brakes with a passion.
And
I do too.
then you
My
got the
daddy could.
the little screwdriver that you have to tighten them up.
Do you know that if you drive your vehicle backwards, it's self-adjusted. They will adjust by themselves.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
On
Now,
on drum,
there,
on drum brakes?
yeah,
yeah.
on drum brakes,
If you had that little piece that had the notches in it and
like a little star.
the little gear that you had to adjust them.
Run your car backwards,
Now
and they will
you had to
tighten them up.
unravel it because your pads are so much thicker, so it had to go in a little bit more. But like you said, is you just go backwards and it would
Yeah.
adjust it.
My my truck runs on 4 disc brakes, front and back. So
Yeah, most of them do now.
Yeah. Now, my daddy could change out drum brakes, but he couldn't change out disc brakes. And he showed me how to do the drum brakes, and I showed him how to do disc brakes. And Daddy, he always said he was fast and shit. I could change out the disc brakes faster than he could change out the drums.
Oh yeah, that's so much easier. C
Yeah,
clamp.
yeah, that's it. Run your cylinder back up in there, but use a old brake pad to do it with.
Yeah, and take your uh lid off the master cylinder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen them that the brake
blow.
was real wore down, and they didn't take that lid off, and then they started cranking it down. All of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
the lid pops off and fluid goes everywhere.
Dana, it's never too late to learn. And what
I
I
don't.
like are the old school vehicles where
Oh
you can
yeah,
climb down in the motors and work on them.
yeah.
I've
Now,
always
No computers.
yeah, exactly.
I've always wanted a car like that. I've always wanted to
Anything
learn how to drive a stick shift.
you don't know how to drive a stick.
No.
I will not get in the car to teach you how to drive.
I
Thank you, I guess.
I bought a Toyota and a 72 Toyota.
I love
Never
it.
drew, never drove one before, and then just got into in it, and first couple plum plum, and
Yeah.
then I was good. The only hard part on doing the stick shift is the hills. Having to
Uh-huh.
just
Well,
start on a hill.
I did have a terrain, a GMC terrain at one point, and it wasn't a full manual, I guess. It's one of those like in betweener kind of
Oh,
cars.
the click thingies, yeah.
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 So I got good at shifting with the RPMs, but the pedals thing I still gotta learn that.
Yeah. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Same thing with the motorcycle. I never. The first thing, and then after that, I was fine.
Yeah, bunny hop. I call it bunny hop.
You just have to get that feeling.
And another thing is like they're not readily available. Like it's actually like an extra market thing now to order a manual versus an
I,
automatic.
Yeah.
I would prefer to drive a manual than I had an automatic. One of the reasons is it saves on gas, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, and if it don't start, turn your key on, put it in second gear, hold your clutch. When you get up to speed, pipe your clutch and off you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
You don't
Why
need to
second
get
gear,
jump.
not first?
Because you have done built up your RPMs and everything. To me, it was a lot easier
Yeah, you
to
can.
get going in second gear than it was first.
Yeah. You almost have to push harder to get it going in first gear.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. See, these things I was never.
It's that boom because it's a lower gear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when you first start driving a stick shift, you will bunny hop when you let that clutch out.
Yeah.
Until you get it just right. Now I can sit on a hill with one, not use the brakes. I can use the gas and the clutch on a hill, and my car will not roll backwards.
Yeah, you give it enough gas to where it just stays in place.
Uh-huh.
Well, you have to teeter totter it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all just a feeling. You feel it.
Well, see, my daddy always told me if something going wrong with his vehicle, he can feel it through the pedals.
Yeah.
And I always thought he was crazy as hell. Ain't nobody can do that. After you learn the vehicle and everything, he was right. You can tell if something's wrong with your motor through the pedals.
Yeah. The older cars.
even today, I can tell if there's something wrong with my tires through the pedals.
Right.
On the truck, but no like mechanical issues.
Yeah, you can actually put your ear on the steering wheel or the shifter. Or if you go outside and on the motor, you can track down where a lifter is going bad or something with a screwdriver. You just put it.
I done mine with a stick.
Yeah.
Lake says we should just do my stream here. I like this conversation.
Oh damn!
Well, we'll just take the conversation over there. I'll just do my intro and then just drop the invite. I don't got anything planned for tonight. There ain't no news.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the news except for the rain thing.
You can do memes tonight.
Oh God.
I know one you can do.
Dude, that one was so bad. Too soon. Like, the internet is savage.
It is. But I think they posted that because a lot of people didn't like them,
Mm-hmm.
But
I didn't like Grease.
I
never.
I haven't seen Grease in its entirety.
I don't like singing movies.
That's kind of why I haven't seen the whole thing in its entirety, is because it's like,
What, Jeff? You don't like Grease either?
No, not a bit. Damn it. Thanks a lot, Bushcraft. He's in the next room.
Hi, buddy.
If you really want a hard stick shift to drive to start out with, get you one that is on the column where you have to change gears on the column.
Yep.
Leave the ones in the floor alone.
What makes that so much more difficult?
It's instead of shifting on the floor, you have to shift up like this or shift back down.
Pull back to you and down is first. When you go to second, push push away from you and keep pressure on it. It'll go into second, and then third, straight down.
That's confusing as fuck.
Exactly. But if you was to put it in the floor, it'd be the same damn way.
Well, fine, but that's more intuitive to reach down there and not have to fuck around with a stick on the column.
See,
and where the fuck is neutral in all that anyway?
Right between first and reverse.
Yeah.
Well, duh, I know that.
It's like just like it would be on the floor. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's turned sideways on the column?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be a pain in the fucking ass.
No, because my very first time I learned how to drive a straight drive, it was on the column. Man, I could get a wheel.
You got some patience that I will never have, Jeff, you know?
Well, I reckon old school. That's how we was raised up.
My shifter was way up in here. Like this.
But I mean, I never heard of one in the floor until I turned 16. Okay.
What, back in the 1800s?
Something like that.
Oh, I remember when my grandpa had his Model A. Them are a bitch to drive. Like it's not. Nothing is what you expect it to be. The clutch, the throttle, the reverse. It's all not what you think.
Okay. I got another question for you. Let's say a 60s model vehicle, early 70s. Do you know where the dimmer switch was? 101.
Dimmer switch for
the headlights.
Glove box?
Clicky, clicky.
Yeah. You take your left foot, and this ain't no hokey pokey. You take your left foot and put it all the way over to the left side, and then you go up till you feel a bump.
A little button.
The floorboard, a little silver button. I'm going to say what? 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And you just tap it till you hear it click. That's how you dim your lights.
Oh, that's so weird.
And you had to push it because you got to hit that click. Click it and it would turn on. Click it again to turn it off.
Now,
God forbid if you clicked it and forgot to turn it off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all the drivers would let you know.
Well, drain your battery.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, you're when you turn your lights off, it goes off anyway. But it just.
Now I took my car in to get the oil changed and everything, and they was checking the lights, the whole 9 yards, and there was a young boy in there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Where's
and the vehicle, the dimmer was in the floor. He was sitting there pulling his ass off on the turn signal. I hauled out the door. I chewed his ass out up one side and down the other. And I showed him where the dimmer switch was. He said, go ahead.
Why would you chew his ass out for that, though? He didn't know.
But no. That ain't no excuse. He's working with cars. He is a certified mechanic. He's supposed to know all this shit. Now, if he was in training, that's a different story. Okay? But he was certified. Nobody showed him on the older cars where the dimmer switch was.
Huh.
Like I said.
I got something for you, Jeff. Have you ever rode in a car? I can't remember what car it was, but you go to the back where the trunk is and you pull down the seat and sat in the seat where the trunk
Nash,
is.
a Nash seat that was 1929. Damn.
The rumble seats?
Yes. I've never rode in one, but I have seen them.
1929.
I call them a mother-in-law seat.
Get a bump. Bye.
That's exactly what happened to me. I flew out of it. There was no
No
seatbelt.
seat-
There's no seat
No.
belts for those.
And them brakes on those cars, pretty damn good too.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember going down the road at nighttime, crawling up in the back window, going to sleep, and your daddy slamming on brakes?
Yeah. I used to love those big back
Windows?
windows.
Yes.
Yeah. You could sit up there and watch the stars when you're traveling.
Yeah. I loved it. Or be in a station wagon in the back backyard.
Here's a 1934 Pontiac with a rumble seat.
Now they gorgeous. You ain't got a picture of a Duesenberg on there, have you?
Oh, this is it facing the other way though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Just
why
in
would
case-
you sit backwards?
That's
Yeah.
how they were.
I always thought
You-
they were facing forward like
Yeah,
this.
you pulled down and just climbed up and sat down in there.
I've never seen one like
What
you
I
told
don't
me
get
about.
is, okay, it's raining out. What do you do?
Oh,
You give your mother-in-law an umbrella.
How the hell do people keep their cars so damn nice when they're this old?
in a garage.
They don't live on dirt roads.
What the fuck is this thing sitting on?
Oh, see that garage in front of him? That's probably where it's parked.
Yeah. Now I know a guy who had his house or his living room built around his first car he ever owned. There's no way that car was coming out of that house.
Dude, look how thick them doors are.
Oh yeah.
Look how thick the seats are.
Look how thick that lock is. Damn.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, they were the easy locks to pick.
Well, yeah, they were simple.
Yeah, you did the doors that the back door opened the opposite direction.
Suicide doors.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
This here?
Is
Windshield
it,
wipers.
That's your windshield wipers.
okay.
Some of them had manual ones you had to do.
The string, one in the passenger side, and the other on the other side. Look how clean that is, though. I wonder how many hours.
One of these here, there's the choke.
I wonder how many hours it takes him to clean that car.
5 minutes.
Well, he probably enjoys it though.
No doubt.
I mean, look at the woodwork on
Oh,
that.
wait. No, those aren't the windshield wipers, are they? Are those the locks for the windshield? To pop the windshield out?
Is there one on the other side?
Yeah, because there's one on this side, too.
Damn sure looks like it, don't it?
Like, you move this lever and it unlocks something. No, those are the windshield wipers. I'm fucking retarded.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine seeing a bunch of these on the road back in the day?
Well, nowadays, every once in a while you see them going to a car show.
Oh, I got them all over here.
Y'all need to come to the South because during the summertime, at least twice a month, they have shows like that.
Here, but basically, it's very simple to start this car. You just turn the key to the on position over here, and the gas pedal actually acts as a starter when it's in full acceleration mode. Starts right up. Little frog in my throat there for a second. Gas gauge reading's half tank. Temperature gauge is working. We warmed this car up this morning before we brought it out here. It's what you should do with one of these cars. Odometer reading at the time of inspection is 94,383.
Yeah.
94,383 miles. Damn, you drove this a lot.
Amp gauge works when you bring the R's up there, so the generator's working like it's supposed to. Oil pressure, just about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Over
There's
here to
no
the
dummy
controls,
lights.
this is a headlight switch, but this is a selector for country lighting. To pull the throttle so you can warm it up in the morning after you've choked it. Chokes here. Just beautiful. Dual wipers. The visor we talked about before. There's the blue ribbon I mentioned during the video. Just a really neat car.
Back when a glove box actually was simple.
Yeah.
Got a start engine process here in the glove box. Notice a little pocket down there for a map pocket. Anyway, we're going to take it back to the ranch. We want to thank you for coming and listening to us, and make sure you hang on to the end of the video. If you're seriously
Bushcraft, do you remember the cars that had the push start buttons?
Oh yeah.
Look at that! I love
one of the Thunderbirds.
that is a dream to change a spark plug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like the straight 300
Straight six.
Ford. Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
everything is right there. Everything is all mechanical lines and everything. Just simple.
It would, if you had to, it would take about 4 hours to change a head gasket on that vehicle.
Dude, I could sleep inside this fucking engine bay.
What do you think we talking about back then where the motors were? You could jump down in there and work on them. They had that much room in there.
Sit on the quarter panels with lay your legs over the side and just work on it.
Stand up in there.
Now you give yourself a hernia bending over the car.
Right.
Pulling the starter off of one was easy as falling off a log.
Oh yeah.
Now, yeah, I don't even want to mess with
Changing
one.
that air filter, or what is that? That is the air filter, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just a wing nut and a fucking filter.
Yep.
Like
Single barrel carburetor.
the horn right there.
Yep.
Simple. Now, call me stupid, but I've noticed something. There is no battery
Under the seat.
Oh, that's why.
It's that they're either under the seat or the floorboard, the running board.
That would make sense. That's your. I'm pretty sure that's your
Starter.
starter.
Oh, yeah. See how easy it is to get to it?
Yeah. Just
And
Two
that's got
bolts.
an extra wire on it too. Usually it's just the positive and then
Negative.
well,
okay.
no, not negative.
look at the shape of the engine
Solenoid.
block.
Goes to the solenoid.
The shape of the engine block is simple. It is literally a square.
Yeah,
You cannot get any simpler than that in terms of casting and machining.
exactly.
And yet we got all these weird fucking shapes and shit in these cars nowadays that cause the cost of a car to go so drastically high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
would take this in a heartbeat.
now, let me give you a piece of advice. Find you a 70s model vehicle with a 300 in it.
Mhm.
Well, a Ford. Okay. Ford
Yeah,
come out
Ford.
with 300s.
Yeah.
Okay. It's damn near identical to that motor right there.
Yeah. You
I'm
know,
sorry, but the way you just said identical reminded me of the cousin Vinny.
and you know
Identical.
those 300s are in most buses. Well, back then, most buses. Most buses used a straight six.
Yeah.
Guess what this
300.
is?
Yeah.
Steering column.
Stern, yeah. No knuckles on it either.
No, nothing fancy. Just steering column and the gears to turn it.
Yeah. Now the Indian. Now I've had 2 trucks that had 300s in them, and I hate to say it, that was the best damn truck I ever had, and I sold it.
Why did they do away with something so simple?
Yeah, I had
Because
a
it wasn't making money off of it.
head gasket took me probably an hour on a 300.
Yeah.
I was like, this is easy.
Like, to change out a hose, it's literally like you can tell where shit goes. You don't have to think. It's right there.
Look at that complicated fan belt.
Right? It's just like a fucking triangle. That's it.
Yep.
And you didn't have to take the whole front of the motor off to change it.
Right. Didn't have to disassemble a bumper. Didn't have to disassemble a fucking hood.
Right.
Remove 18 different types of fluids and then get to the part you want.
Oh.
Underneath it.
Bushcraft, we're going to have to cut it. You see what time it is?
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I distracted you with the cars. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, man.
You can
Man,
see
that's
yourself,
beautiful.
you can see yourself in the differential.
You know, as old as that vehicle is, I damn near bet you that's a Dana 911.
Huh. Back when they were on leaf springs.
Yeah.
Ah, gone are the days of beautiful cars.
Out.
Well, not quite.
Oh, wait a minute. This ain't 101 show.
Well,
Out. Darn it,
I will
quit
meet you
doing that.
guys. I will meet you guys over there.
Yep. Everybody, you can head right straight over to 101s from here.
Hey, wait a minute. Bushcraft, can't you pull everybody over there on his?
No, we have to add each other to I forget what it was, the redirect thing.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, well.
I'll be back.
Very shortly.
Oh, there's the link right there. Lake's got the link right there. Go ahead and head on over there. Jeff, you going Thursday?
Yeah, I will go Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and remember Friday I got the giveaway.
Okay.
Members get an extra turn, and everybody else gets one turn.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got that stupid gnats bugging me. And we will catch you guys over there.
All right. Bushcraft out.